through this?
Huh?
It's okay. It's okay. You guys can turn off the camera really quick though and hand it down and hand out the
Okay.
labels, and you can stay up.
Hello, 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 hello. Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. We're gathering here today because 1 year ago today, the world lost one of its most beloved leaders when Thailand's king, Bhumibol Adulyadej, passed away. For the people of Thailand and all of us whose lives were touched by this exemplary leader, today, October 13, will forever be the King's Memorial Day. ISB and the IASAS soccer family who stand here on the field today would like to show you their respect in this time of mourning for the King and Father of Thailand. Dear King Bhumibol Adulyadej, thank you for everything you've done for Thailand and the world. You will always be in our hearts. Please join us to stand for the King's Anthem, performed by one of our varsity soccer players, French Wangan Chai, followed by a minute of silence.
ข้าวระพุทธเจ้าเอามาโนและศิรกรานพพระภูมิปาบุญญาธิเรเอปรมจักรินทร์พระสยามมินทร์พระยศยิ่งยงเย็นศิรพระบริบาลผลพระคุณทารักษาปวงประชาเป็นสุขสันต์ขอบันดาลถ้าประสงค์ใดจงสรินดังหวังวันหาฤทัยดุจจะถวายชัยชัยโย
Okay, we will now hold 1 minute of silence to remember our beloved King. Thank you, IASAS soccer family. Have a great day. Play with your hearts. It's going to be a wonderful day today. Thank you.
Right, ladies, jogging, please. Jogging, jogging, jogging.
Check, yeah.
Biết giao gì nha. Biết giao gì nha. Đang sống à. Anh ấy à. Nó chơi bằng ấy.
Is there a pencil over there, Kayla?
Con hả? Chờ ra.ใช่. Đủแล้ว. สีเขียวอันนี้พี่
I had a pencil, but it's fucking... Anything in there, yeah. Thank you so much. Hey, Johnny Smiths, if you can find a program at some point. If you see a program around, I don't know if there's around, but let me see it.
It has all the rosters.
Does it?
In the back.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to IASAS Soccer 2017 here at ISB for day 2. Our first game of the morning will be between the ISM Bearcats and the Jakarta Dragons. ISM come into the game undefeated with a record of 2-0. They beat ISB 4-0 in the opening games yesterday and then beat Singapore in the afternoon session 1-0. So they're on top of the standings with 6 points. Goal scorers have been Presler, Fernandez, and Alling scored a very good goal from a long distance yesterday against SAS. Jakarta, on the other hand, have 2 draws. They've yet to score, but they've also yet to concede. 0-0 against Jakarta and 0-0 against Taipei. So both teams very much in the center of the tournament here. Ideally, Jakarta would love to get a win here. Not as pressing for Manila, but their form has indicated they might do so. So the starting lineup for the Bearcats under coach Richardson is at right back Peterson, in the middle Villalone and Alling, and then Gonzalez at left back. Across the middle is Presler, Maloney, Nicholas, Herman, and Solarte, and up front is Fernandez, Peiku. For Jakarta, it's going to be a back 4 of Wirjawan, Helm, Wardana, Sarmiento. The middle of Tanojo, Kumada, and Chow. Up top will be Becker on the right, Zarudin at the center forward position, and Widodo left.
Are we fired up? Let's get fired up. Are we fired up?
Let you watch the cheers there.
Fired up! ISM! Bearcats!
Okay, we're good, tough. I'm working with idiots. Again, it erases all my stuff. 17 is her name. Zuberti. So here we go. Ball back to Vardana. You'll see a lot of it today. She tries to get the ball away and out of the back four for the Dragons. Played wide, intercepted by Becker. Owens in there for a tackle. This is Zarudin. Nice touch outside. Trying to bring Zuberti into the game.
Can we shoot? Can we shoot? Can we shoot?
Here's an attempt. Here's an opportunity. A great save from Stevens in goal. There's an offside call that the ref only spotted a little bit later. But still a very promising opening for the Dragons. The sound is good. Did you listen to it?
I always get carried away.
After we switch mics, it's better. No, we're watching it last night, the games I did in the afternoon. Maybe I'm holding it too close. I don't know what it is. He says it was this. He played it through that. It's peaked. Okay.
See that? Look at.
Right, just working on our sound to be sure that we get a good program to you. Well played out of the back there. Well won by Vardana. Another through ball again. The Dragons having a good start there, but that's going to be a bit much, I think, for Zarudin to chase down. Only just, but they're full of energy. Opening couple of minutes here. And it's been, the field's been tilted in the direction of the Dragons. This is Alling to put the ball back into play. She goes short to Villalone. Nicely played out of the back. That's for Hill. And a good overlapping run down the end by Fernandez. This is good football from the Manila. You can see how they have won their games yesterday. It's good. Oh, hard and lucky. That was Maloney. Oh, sorry, that was Presler almost on the end of it. But that is end-to-end football at its finest. That was Ailing to Villalone, out to Hill. Across to Fernandez. A touch from Zilberti back to Presler. Here we go again. This is Hill again. Across again, looking for Zilberti. Good tackle. Good throw in. Controlled nicely by Fernandez. The ref finds an offside on that touch pass back to the thrower. Okay, thank you so much. Presler again, part of what I recall being a rather famous family out of Manila. There have been a lot of Preslers playing sports for them for a couple of years now. Not sure if this is the last, but she's part of a proud tradition. Again, Fernandez breaks free. Cuts it across neatly. Good support play again here from Panilo. And there's Presler again, always available. A little bit soft on the pass back. It was the right idea, but it wasn't firm enough. Villalone looks comfortable enough. Taking on Zarudin. And here's Wirjuan with the throw for the Dragons.
In the box! And look it, and we drop! And we drop! Here, keep an eye, she's got a long throw. Keep an eye, she's got a long throw. White ball! Good gear! White ball! Work it, Maya!
Hard luck with the through ball from Maloney. Here's Fernandez again, plays it wide. That was just offside again, as Zulberti had pulled herself a little bit farther than she needed to be. Still, you can see some good football from the Manillas as they build up through Maloney, Presler, and they use the wingers very well. And Fernandez is very good both in hold-up play and in making smart runs down the wings to latch onto those through balls. Not the best kick from Vanderpoel, but it does no damage. This is Who. Cut out well from Alling. Ball back inside to Maloney. One from Chow. And Villalone setting things up here as it comes wide for Panlilo. That's Nicholas. Given away, well read by Becker. But here's Maloney. Smartly out to Alling. Well won there from Who just belts it forward. Again, nice to see Manila trying to play the ball to feet on the ground. It's a bit of a skidding throw, but Panlilo deals with it well. Villalone. Out to Gonzalez. Oh. That's Presler again, always available and always competent. Darting run here from Hill, coming inside, and now they come the other way through Nicholas. Bit of a probing through ball, hoping that Zulberti would read it, but she was a little slow off her toes. Well, one from Panlilo. That's an it through ball again for Hill. She's very quick off the mark there, and no chances taken by Vanderpoel as she clears it in away for a corner. Presler again taking control of things. Back to Fernandez. First time in from Presler is a little bit too tight to the goalkeeper. You're going to have to watch the surface. It does still a bit slick. There's a bit of dew on the ground, so the ball could skid. But there was no problem there for Vanderpoel. Coach McTeague encouraging his Dragons to get on the end of this, but it's Hill again. She has Fernandez in front if she can get it there. Doesn't quite get her boot wrapped around it enough. Oh, it got a deflection. Sorry, that's out for a corner kick. Fernandez to take. Looking for Hill. Oh, Hallam dealt with that a bit awkwardly. It's not cleared. Here's Alling again. A through ball that just skips through, but the Dragons clear their lines quick enough that that would have been offside. In any event, it's in the hands of Vanderpoel again. The game has shifted a little bit after a bright start for the Dragons. It's now the Bearcats that seem to be taking a bit of control of it. That's Femister. Leads Preisler a little bit too much, and it's out for a throw to the Dragons. Well, one good tackle from Panlilo, I believe that was. No, sorry, it was Maloney. And here's Hill again. Stopped by who? Femister. Looked like she was fouled there, and the ref sees it the same way. It's Villalone that will take, and she goes short to Alling. Back to Villalone. Looks a very comfortable player at the back. She's very comfortable on the ball. Loses it there, though. Nice turn from, I believe that was Chow. She's fouled, and it's a Dragon free. Coach McTeague looking to make some subs here. So is Richardson.
White ball! White ball!
Vardana puts it into play, and it's out for a throw. Coming to the game for Jakarta are Widodo, Alsager, and Kang Sadaja. And number 16 for Manila comes in. That is Hermans. Will take the place on the left wing in place of Zilberti. Here's Hill. Again finds Fernandez on the overlapping run. She's very quick. Gets away from Vardana. Okay. Can you tell them to stop? Can you tell them? Fernandez has the ball again. And that's away from Helm for a corner.
You can do that all day. As soon as they push, you just go out the way. They're going to mark you.
He's right. We got people that don't really know sports.
No, exactly.
There's a free kick in. Hill wins it. It's off for a corner kick. Or sorry, that's out for a goal kick. You probably want the filter on it, eh, Bell? Sorry, just getting some technical stuff here again. It looks like our camera was a bit pale. There's Hermans with a touch inside. She gets her own second touch, and she might be through here. Covered by who? Well, covered by Nicholas there as Widodo tried to get the ball away. Panlilo.
It was a little paler before.
Again, Presler. Strong battle there from Tenojo. Sorry, that was Kumada. Here's who? Bell, is there a filter that's supposed to go on that? Okay, yeah, it looks better now, yeah. Maybe we should have a list of like 8 things that they do, rather than you fixing everything.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, again, we're getting our technical stuff set up again. We'll try to be better than we were yesterday. I think we are already, but learning as we go. That's who with the throw. Won by Hill. Battled by Chow. That's Tenojo. Trying to through ball there for Widodo that doesn't come off. And Peter Stevens is off her line. She'll go short here to Villalone. Panlilo comfortably. Into Alling. A little bit firm for Nicholas. Goes out for a throw. The Dragons' pressing worked a little bit there as it was an errant pass from Alling. Here's Weirjoan.
Get closer.
You can hear Coach McTeague giving his girls orders. One from Hermans to feet for Fernandez. She turns nicely, but gets squeezed out from a combination of Kumada and Helm, but it's wide for Hill. And a good skipping ball through here. Hermans get on the end of this. And a very important tackle from Weirjoan there Again, beautiful football from Manila as they spread the ball wide right to Hill, and she puts a teasing ball right across the penalty spot. Still no score, but Manila are pressing. Bearcat corner from Fernandez. Doesn't get by the near post. That's Maloney, back for Alling. Good battle there. Nicholas, and cleared away comfortably here. Villalone almost in the perfect position to settle. She puts it long again, but the Bearcats are offside. The ref doesn't call that because the Dragons get the ball away. They do clear their lines very well, the Dragons, which is good to see because they'll keep the Bearcats honest. There's a through ball from Kumara. Femister for the linchpin Presler. Smart ball into feet for Fernandez, who's very quick, but Helm uses her body well to get that ball away. Fernandez has won a corner again, and she eagerly picks it up to bring it into play again. She's very quick and very good with the ball. Looks like she's going to let Presler take this one, though. Looks like Chow and Becker will check back in for the Dragons momentarily. Here's Presler's delivery. Short again. Hill turns and hits right into the hands of Vanderpool. Ball bounces. Lay back by Alsager. Here's Widodo, covered by Panlilo, who wins the battle, but the Dragons earn a throw. So Chow and Becker set to enter for the Dragons. Out comes Tanojo and Widodo. It's thrown into a nice area, but there's no one there to latch on to the end of it. And that'll go for a Bearcat throw, or sorry, goal kick. Again, short here to Panlilo. Back to Alling. Little give and go for Panlilo. She might have switched play there, Alling. Might have a chance to do it here now. Presler with a bit of a loose touch. Nicholas turns. She wants to send Hermans or Fernandez. It's a smart ball again, and Weirdruan's there to clean up the mess. One by Nicholas, Panlilo. Hermans tries to get it in, but the ref spots an offside again as the ball came back to Hermans on the wing. Dragons very good at drawing up their line there as they step forward as a unit. Villalone is ever positioned very well. That's Chow that wins that. It's off for a throw. There's a sub coming here for Manila. Looks like Hermans will check out, and Jasmine Ralph will check in. Ralph gives chase here as Hallam takes the safe way out. Throw in for Manila. Just about 10 minutes to go in the first half. And for when we get to the 30-minute mark, what's easier, to stop the clock there or to let it run and then reset it at 30 for the second half?
Stop it.
Stop at 30, okay.
All right, good effort. Good effort, Trudy. Well done, Anna. Well done. Well held up. Let's go again. Go side. Go side to each player. Music gets a 9. Music gets a 2. Gotta go here.
Back into play from Vanderpool, but Hill's on the end of that quickly. And a good battle with Becker. That'll be a dragon throw. Well, one from Alling. She shields it well, and as ever, Villalone in a supporting position gets the ball away. Not overly dealt with by Hu, and there's a long attempt from Ralph. Vanderpool under it comfortably. Ball bounces again. Alling gets on the second bounce. Finds Presler. Presler's been the class of the field, really, in the middle of the park. Good win from Alling. A little bit of a heavy touch from Nicholas as she tried to find Panlilo. Wujaran slips out of her hand a bit. Chow settles on the other end. Alling plays it for Panlilo. Into Presler. Good touch for Fernandez, who shields well. Close quarters here, but she turns and finds Maloney. Should be spaced out right. Maloney cuts back inside. And now finds Nicholas, who beats Tanojo. Sorry, that wasn't Tanojo. Maloney. Here's Presler. She might let this go. Kang Sadaja. I'll do my best with that. We might call her Alyssa. Vanderpool with the ball back in. One by Hill, away by Wardana. Looks like Tanojo, Hu, and Warillo are about to come back in for Jakarta as McTeague keeps his troops fresh. Throw in here from Presler. That's long too and maybe dangerous. Nope, through to Vanderpool comfortably. Zarudin with the touch on. Villalone there again. Again, she wins it well. She reads the game so well back there. But she's under pressure from Zarudin, who hasn't given up the chase. You have to go talk to them and tell them what you want. That looked like it just went into touch, and it did. Yeah, zoom out.
Yeah.
You don't have to zoom all the way out, but zoom out so you're only in about 20%.
If you're zooming in a lot, you
Yeah.
can't see the other people. And when the ball is moving, it's so just trying to get the whole field, like half of it around there.
All right, we're getting some camera work here again. Intercepted by Becker.
Happy days back.
Yeah, like that. That's good. Yeah, that's good, guys.
Weird Jerome with the ball. Throwing it down the line again.
Stay back.
Intercepted by Maloney. Alling tries to play it out of trouble. Panlilo plays it into trouble, but Alling's there again. Fernandez lays off nicely for Nicholas. It's Ralph on the wing, tries the one touch inside for Fernandez. Guardana has a bit of an awkward touch, and Fernandez might be free here. Helm very good in recovery. And who gets it away? Or is that Sarmiento? I'll check up on that in a second. Ralph. Guardana stronger this time. Ralph is there again. Nicholas with good first touch pass from Ralph. That's a good pass from Nicholas. It's just a bit too firm. Might have needed just a soft touch from Fernandez to kill it so she could run onto it, but in any event, it's back to Vanderpool in the Dragon goal. Hill shields well. She is going the wrong way. She might come back to Villalone here. All the way across. Now to Panlilo. But Villalone will carry. And she puts a smart through ball through, but it's Weirjawan who's been positionally very sound for the Bearcats as we're inside the last 4 minutes of the first half. Panlilo in for Fernandez. Might have been nudged. The ref sees that. That was Chow in the back. It's Villalone who will step forward to take this. It's a dangerous angle to put the ball in to the far post. Villalone will count out her own 10 yards. Doing both the job of a sweeper and of a ref. Good on her. Probably trying to find Fernandez here. There it is. Fernandez with the flick. Oh, just offside again. The ref sees that. It was a good touch from Fernandez. Hill maybe just didn't time her run. Coach Richardson asking his girls to watch the offsides there. They're getting in good positions, but the Dragons are well trained in holding their line. Fernandez is first to it. Her first touch takes her a bit left. She cuts inside of Chow. Support now from Maloney. That's Kumara. Sorry, Tenojo. But it's straight into the path of Femister. Here's Hu. Nice give and go with Zarudin. Cuts it back inside. Looks for Zarudin again. But there's Presler. Cleared away from Presler, and it will be a Dragon corner.
Annika and Kayla! Annika and Kayla!
Tej may be calling up a short corner here. He has Becker coming over. Hill is out there to cover it for the Bearcats.
Hey!
Short corner and a bit of an overlap. There it is. Can Hill get there? She can. And now we got the break. A well covered from Sarmiento. An offside ball. That was a smart ball again, but Zarudin came back from an offside position to retrieve it. Alling as we hit the last minute or two of the first half. When you hit 30 up. Don't erase my names on these things, man. I know where the subs go, but I end up with a second lineup, not a starting lineup. You know what I mean? Presler again has been really the center spoke for the Manila Bearcats this entire half. She's usually at the heart of most of their most creative moves. She has a long throw as well, and we'll use it here. Away from Hu. Nicholas gives chase. And again, the Dragons' defense holds stalwartly. Or stoutly. Both are synonyms. 1 minute of extra time. This is Sarmiento with the throw. And that comes off Zarudin, and Presler gathers as we're into the dying seconds of the first half. Good touch from Fernandez. But Rajawan is there to win that well. A little bit of tight quarters play out of the back four. Might be dangerous for Jakarta. They do give it away. And Fernandez will look to use her speed down the wing. She gets it. Almost gets across him, but it ends up back in the hands of Vanderpool. And that's the end of the first half. You'd have to say it was Manila was a bit stronger overall, but the Dragons' defense was very organized. In any event, halftime here at ISB, it is Jakarta 0 and ISM 0.
So far, we've had a goalless draw between the ISM girls team and the JIS girls team. Just to share some insight from an interview with the ISM coaches earlier yesterday, I brought up the fact that their side plays very consciously, tries to play out from the back. They pass the ball around, they keep possession, they don't let the ball get off the ground really. I brought this up to the coaches and they said that they've been trying it now for 2 years. They've been sort of drilling it into their players, that they want them to be different compared to all the other teams at IASAS. They want them to be confident in themselves, to start the plays from the back, start passing, keep the ball on the ground. I think we've seen a lot of that from ISM so far. And just to speak to that, I think there is a bit of risk involved. Teams are very wary of ISM. We saw it yesterday from day one and we're still seeing it now. Teams that come up against ISM are very ready to press them. They're very eager to get at them and make it feel uncomfortable. So knowing that, it'll be harder for ISM to play their game plan, but I think they definitely have the talent there to execute it well.
Thanks, Gian. You're not the number one color man in the business for nothing. Good analysis there. Gian is doing post-game and interviews with each of the coaches and asked them a couple of questions. You can find that on our website as well. They've been uploaded from yesterday. Sorry?
Uploading.
They're uploading right now, so if you want to see some of the work that Gian's doing, go to our Panther Nation website. Here's President to get us going in the second half. Belted forward from Villalone. Almost slips through. It was well done from Helm to win that. Sarmiento. Nicholas. That's Kumada in the battle. Oh, cut inside from who? And she looked like she was clipped there from Peterson. The ref saw it the same way. And this will be Vardana, who takes most of the long free kicks for the Dragons. A little bit of drizzle here as the second half begins, so the pitch might be a bit slick. Anything skidding around the area can be a little bit of danger as it gets up into hands and chests and knees. Well, it's well hit. This might be a bit of a challenge for Stevens. Yeah, it does skid into her. She gets her body behind it well, though, and there's no danger. Plays it short to Gonzalez. Here's Hill. Across to Alling. As the Bearcats stick to that football that Gian was speaking about. Peterson gets it up the wing, but the Dragons are pressing. And they come away with it. Kumada looked offside to me, and it was. Villalone had stepped forward, putting, I think that's Zarudin. It's actually Alsager, sorry, offside. She seems very competent center back, Villalone. She reads the game well and understands positioning and marshals her defense well. Kumada with a bit of a shank, but it comes to Alyssa. Nice overlapping run from Widodo, but Gonzalez is there to put into touch. Richardson made some subs here in the second half. He's brought on, among others, Gonzalez and Peterson in place of Panlilo and Femister. Ralph keeps her position at left wing. Zulberti and Hermans are having a break still. But he's kept Presler in, he's kept Nicholas in, he's kept Hill in, and he's kept Maloney in, so the center core still remains. And of course Fernandez up top is the danger person, she's still there as well. Wijaran with the throw. Away from Villalone, here's Fernandez. And here's Go. Good tackle from Sarmiento. Again, Go. Oh, that was a bit of a challenge from Who. She came through Go. Rather than getting to the ball first, she got a lot of the person first. And that'll be a free kick for Alling to take.
Players!
Ball skips by Who. Pedersen's on the end of it now.
Check your ball, Maya.
Nicholas with a strong challenge. Hill plays it wide with a little bit too much weight.
Happy days again.
Well, it slips by
We're going Kyla and Dina. Kyla and Dina.
Fernandez into touch. Sarmiento with the throw. Peterson with a solid win. Another throw.
2 meters.
Peterson opts for the knee that time. It comes off Fernandez for another throw. Fernandez Poku. I should get all that right, but it's a lot to say. Sorry. Third throw here for Sarmiento's flicked on. Presler's there. And Helm gets it away. And now it's a Manila throw. McTeague urging his girls to find their shape. Presler with the long throw again. It's a good one too. Helm's there. Peterson battling. Back to Alling, who's positioned well and plays smartly to Presler. Answer that. It's Presler. I think it's for Bates. Or Bell, sorry. I don't answer it. Getting a phone call there in the middle of the booth. Sorry about that. Here's Alsager. Nice play from Ralph inside to Hill. She's got space. Does she have a left foot? She does. But Sarmiento has a right one as well. And that's cleared for a corner.
Tell the people on field B there's no sound.
Oh. Okay, I'll call.
I can go, it's alright.
I can call them too.
Fernandez with the corner for the Bearcats again. They sprung the back four open for one of the first times in the game just a second ago. She goes short. This is Gonzalez. That comes across to Fernandez, who might have been offside, but it works out. Away from Weirjauren. Alsager holds up play. Turns back into Nicholas. And Nicholas does well. It's a good through ball for Go here, who has space if she can carry. She might have shown too much of it there to who gets it away. Nice turn from Hill. Back to Nicholas. Hill again.
Welcome, Maya. Be strong, Maya.
Firm ball for Go. Nicholas. And away from Kumada. Villalone sends it right back in. A little bit of miscommunication there between the Dragon girls as McTeague asks his girls to talk. Gonzalez plays it low to feet for Ralph. Inside to Alling. Again to feet from Fernandez. This is classy football from the Bearcats. But Fernandez lets the ball run away from her. Looks like Becker and Zarudin will come back in for the Dragons. McTeague much more active and rotating his players than Richardson, keeping a fresh group out there as they withhold what has been a rather consistent attack from the Bearcats. Out comes Alsager. And Widodo. Hill comes away with that one from Chow. Tries to find, maybe spread it a bit wide, but she doesn't get the angle right, and it's back to Vanderpool.
Drop zone, where are we going?
Good kick from Vanderpool. Alling gets it on the back of the head. Peterson gets a touch. Zarudin just into the game, and who managed to lose it to Hill, who uses the left foot to try to find Ralph, but she doesn't quite get it right, and it's out for a throw. Looks like Chow will check back in for the Dragons as McTeague keeps his rotation going. wonder what commentators on live TV do when they sneeze. If you have any suggestions for a commentator who has to sneeze, we'd love to hear from you. Out comes Alyssa, and in goes Chow. Weirjaran with the throw down the line. Comes away for Presler. Becker. Alling. Presler with the touch for Fernandez. Can she get on the end of it? She can. She's quick. But Weirjaran again is very strong, and although there's a lot of running in Fernandez, she hasn't found a lot of space in behind the back four of the Dragons. She's won a corner here though.
Players, who's got 27? 27!
Here's Fernandez delivery. Looking for Presler. Good touch. And Ralph is just a toenail away from getting a toe on the end of that. Vanderpool picked it up comfortably in the end as Manila continues to press. And bounce there. There's Peterson now in a bit of a spot of bother. She gives it away for a throw. A good long kick from Vanderpool put them under a bit of pressure there as the bounce was misread. Looks like Widodo will check back in as McTeague keeps the revolving door revolving. Yeah, that was a bad metaphor. For Bell, he's got to do it.
It's Mr. Bell?
It's for Bell.
Okay.
I don't know who it is. Alling with the goal kick. Peterson gets it away, only as far as Sarmiento. Kumara, Presler. A lot of space for Ralph on the outside. She finds her. Ralph tries to give a one-time ball into Fernandez, but it doesn't come off, and Weirjaran, who's really hasn't put a foot wrong this whole game, is there to intercept again.
Max, wake up!
What's the score in that game, you know?
1-0 as class score.
We're losing?
Yeah.
That could be the end of our tournament.
Oh yeah, because we lost to SAS as well.
Zarudin holds up. Peterson. Gonzalez. Alling. Presler knew she was offside, so she just walked back, and it might spring for Ralph on the left, but the ball goes into touch. Out comes Who for Widodo. As Jakarta make another change. And she'll switch with Becker, go over to left as Becker comes right. Decent ball from Peterson, but her overlapping run has exposed the left back position now as Becker works on. It's Alling across, working with Go, and Alling cleans up rather well. Peterson now in a better position with the ball. Tries to give a little touch into Hill. Well closed down from Tanojo. Alling again puts the ball into space. And Wardana is there again to kick it away. You'd have to say for all the possession that Manila have had, they haven't really broken down Jakarta very much at all. Very organized defense. Presler wants to throw.
Get ready. Longer throw.
She throws it long for Hill.
That'll do.
Helm is there to cut it out, and it's a throw for Manila. Presler again with the long throw from a more dangerous position here. Look to Fernandez in the middle, who might get on the end of this. If it's flicked, it is. There's Ralph. Plays it wide again for Pedersen, who tries with the left foot to get it in. Jakarta clear their lines again very well. Gonzalez goes left. Ralph goes center. Missed by Sarmiento, but Go can't get on the end of it. Good work here from Kumara, who almost did her own little juggling clinic for a second or two. Another sub here for the Dragons as Alyssa comes back in for Tanojo. Sarmiento with the throw down the line. The battery level is low. Yeah, beautiful. Changing the camera there for you. We'll get that to you in a second. Sorry.
Did she get it? Can you give the other battery so we can charge? Yeah.
Presler with a win, alling away to Hill. Hill turns and looks for Go. And Go gets, after a missed kick from Sarmiento, she might have carried a bit more. That's Nicholas. Squeaks away to Fernandez, who finds Hill. There's an overlapping one for Ralph, but she tries to go center, and Weirdgerun cuts it out again. The ref sees a foul. Hard to spot that one, but it's in a dangerous position for the Bearcats.
Their players are going like this. Their players.
Fernandez will wait till she gets her 10 yards.
Sit now.
As we hit the midway point of the second half, still no score. Vanderpool setting up her wall. She has 4 in it. We're still waiting for the battery to work up there. I'm not sure why it's not, so I'll try to give you the play-by-play. This is a free kick from Manila from 30 yards. It's well hit from Fernandez, but it's over the bar. Still waiting for some camera work up there.
Drop zone. Who's in front of each player? Maya, who's in front of 9? Who's in front of 7? Maya, in front of 9.
Vanderpool to put the ball back into play. Won by Fernandez. Into the attacking third. Fernandez is through, but Helm is there, and looks like as Fernandez fell on the ground, she handled the ball. She gets up a little bit frustrated, but that was the right call. Vanderpool again with a goal kick about 10 yards from her own goal line. Still working on the camera here. Sorry, we'll get that ready for you as soon as we can. Vanderpool. Presler wins that, but it's straight back to Vanderpool again. She'll pick this one up this time and be able to drop kick it into play. We have the technicians on the camera here now.
You know where it's going. You know where it's going. White ball. White ball.
Battle in the middle from Nicholas and Kumara. Kumara comes away with it. Facing her own goal, she turns on Hill now. And now Presler comes away with it. In the attacking third, she's looking for a through ball to Fernandez, but it's a little bit too long, and Vanderpool picks it up again, as she has done so many times. All right, looks like our camera is back finally. Not sure what the problem was. I think it was a battery problem, but we have a fabulous technician here named Mr. Bell who seems to solve everything. It's Peterson now with the ball. And Presler looking to turn on Kumara. A touch away from Kumara, and it's a throw in for Presler.
We drop. Players early. Players early. Who have we got?
A long throw again, looking for Fernandez, but the ref's calling for some subs here as Zilberti comes in for Go. She'll play the right wing now.
Yeah.
Good throw from Presler again.
One more. Yeah.
Zarudin with the turn, but Presler gets her body there again, and it comes off her. So Zarudin wins the throw.
Okay. Is it charged? But it works because I see how much you got.
Long throw from Sarmiento down the line, intercepted by Peterson. Another sub again, as Tanojo is going to be come back in for Kumara. He keeps the midfield rotation going, does Coach McTeague.
That's a good question.
Becker battling Zilberti, and she wins the throw. The ref holds up play because we have another sub as Who checks back in. Another rotational midfielder play. He hasn't played much with his back four at all, but he keeps the midfield fresh. Becker comes out, Who comes back in. Well one from Tanojo. Presler's there. Tries to win the throw, but ends up getting it up the wing to Zilberti. Nicholas tries to find Zilberti, and it just doesn't come off for the Bearcats as we're bogged down here with a succession of throw-ins. So Sarmiento finally comes away for Zilberti, who finds space in the middle. Ralph, nice touch from Fernandez, and she has the running here now. She might get by Hellam. She's in alone, is she? And just puts it wide. What a run from Fernandez. A turn at the middle of the park. She hit the ball out of her feet and then sprinted onto it. Hellam couldn't quite keep with her, but did enough, just enough to maybe harass her. And the best scoring chance of the game, which Fernandez largely made herself, goes wide. Sarmiento tries to go long. It's intercepted by Nicholas. Here's Hill. Tries to cut inside to Fernandez, who might be a little bit winded right now, and the ball wasn't on, so she didn't chase. Coming up to about 10 minutes left, still no score. Manila have played some beautiful football, but Jakarta have defended just as well. Zilberti turns, covered by Who inside to Presler. Zarudin shows up here now for some hold-up play. Peterson kicks it off of Who and wins a throw deep in her own zone. Nice interchange from Zilberti and Nicholas. Hill settles things down, back to Alling. Football across the back again, lovely to Villalone. Out to Gonzalez. Fernandez has checked a little bit deeper this time to receive the first pass. And Ralph maybe misplayed the first pass, but she's free to go now. And across that Vanderpool has to fall down for, but she collects comfortably. Good football again from Manila as they play right out of their own right back position up the left wing. No one there to latch on to the final cross, though. Flicked on from Zarudin, but she really needs to be flicking it on to herself up there. Peterson, nope, the throw isn't there from Stevens, so she'll come back to Villalone. To Gonzalez. Again, Fernandez checks short, back to Gonzalez. Fernandez. Into Hill. Good defending from the Dragons as they don't let anyone turn on them. Widgerwan now gets a bit huckled up there, and that springs Hill. Bit of a foul there as Hill maybe got a boot or two. The feet got tangled up and the ref sees it Jakarta's way. Again, some subs coming in from McTeague. He'll bring in Alsager and I think that's Kumara. I couldn't see your number because of your hair. I thank you. Vanderpool to put the ball back into play. Just under 8 minutes left, and then whatever the ref adds on. Fernandez is first to it again. She is quick. Guardana needs a big challenge here. It was a big challenge. The ref doesn't see anything in it, but both players went down.
No foul. No foul. No.
The ref doesn't see a foul, but he sees an injury now, so he stopped play. Trying moments there for the Dragons, but Guardana did just enough. And let's, as we have a little break here, give it over to Gian. Any thoughts, Gian, on the flow of the game so far?
I think the more stop-start it gets, the more it harms ISM, trying to get a rhythm going in the game. Definitely we've seen a very strong performance by a couple of these players. Presler especially. I'm trying to find a player to compare her to. I think the Xavi Hernandez comparison is the best. I've been thinking for a while now.
Maya. That's very cool. Xavi Hernandez, go ahead.
Yeah, it's the only good person I can think of. I've been trying to think for a bit.
Okay.
Has a defensive side of the game and also a very, very creative aspect as well.
Okay, the ref has dropped the ball back into play, and sportingly, Jakarta gives the ball back to Manila, as they did have possession when play was stopped. Gonzalez, a little give and go with her midfield, tries to find Ralph, and Weir Jawan is there again to put it into touch. Should get a little bit more injury time because of that last stoppage.
Long throw! Long throw!
Nice touch from Hill as she turns Wardana.
Out we go!
Peterson.
Out! Out! Alyssa, it's you!
Nicholas.
Worker is
Wasn't
out.
the best ball for Peterson again, but she tries to find Zulberti, but that was overhit.
Kate! Christine! Christine!
Massive subs again for the Dragons. Alsager, Kumara, and Becker check back in.
Goal side! Goal side! Maya, take 11 off Kathy. Kyla, come to it, come to it, come to it.
Zulberti wins that one.
Foot in, good. Nice rip.
That was looked like obstruction there, but the ref didn't give it. Kumara's back to win it again. She finds Alsager. Villalone reads it well. A momentary danger is cut out by her anticipation. Sarmiento with the throw. That's Alyssa on the end. Out to Zulberti here for the Bearcats. Nice touch from Hill again. Sarmiento with an important challenge. Looked like Hill left a foot in to win that ball from Hu, and it's Wardana who has a chance to put the ball deep for the Dragons.
Am I allowed to say that in my opinion that wasn't a foul?
Sure.
In my opinion that wasn't a foul.
In Guillen's opinion, that wasn't a foul. She was playing. He thinks she had position on the ball and got her foot there in a good position. And anyway, it's the ref's opinion that matters. Wardana with a good free kick. Presler gets a glancing header on it. Peterson tries to get it away and does. This reminds me of the game we had yesterday where ISKL were doing pretty well all the way through, and in fact ISB, a very similar game where they looked like they should be winning the game, but they weren't, and at the end things turned very quickly. Singapore beat the Bearcats, and
It's important to
TAS beat the ISKL.
neither side have conceded a single goal this tournament yet.
Yeah, good point. They've been very strong defensively, both sides. In fact, Jakarta haven't scored a goal themselves either.
Yeah, that's
But 3 draws through 3 games will keep them in the mix if they can hold out here, or indeed if they can slip a winner that might turn the tables on the entire tournament. Presler's throw. Sarmiento gets a boot on it.
Early drop. We know it's a long throw. We know it's a long throw. Stay focused.
Presler again, who's played every minute of the game. She might get Fernandez through here. It's Hellum and Fernandez again. Hellum uses her body well.
Well done, Emily.
And Fernandez wins the throw. Sorry, the corner.
No pushing there, ref. No pushing. Girls, players early. Players early. Big effort.
Arushi, can you tell me what time is on that clock back there? I just want to be sure it's right. Corner kick here from Fernandez. It's a good one. Oh, and Hill was on the end of that.
27:59.
Beautiful. 59?
So now 28.
We're close, yeah. Oh, that must have come off a Dragon head. Again, Fernandez looking to do something similar with this corner kick. She does. It's a little bit longer this time. Ralph is there. Becker is there. And Becker in the end gets it away to the Dragons. Clear their line again, which allows Vanderpool to take comfortably. A little bit of a break on here. Becker can get a touch on it, but she can't. Comes to Gonzalez, who'll let it run for a throw. McTeague's looking to make a final change here as Chow is going to come in.
Chow will make a change. Tina! Tina! Tina!
Chow will come in for Alsager and probably play up top, or maybe he's going with a packed midfield. We'll see where she takes up position.
I'll help you out.
McTeague is going to pack the midfield. He's a gentleman coach.
Squeeze! Okay, girls, drop down early. Drop.
Villalone decides to play that deep in her own zone. Becker with a good touch. Gonzalez.
Well done, Ben. Control. Control. Stay focused. Go side and 7.
Presler's long throw.
Emily away.
Only 1 minute of extra time. There were a couple of injuries, but feels like right now whoever scores wins. Decent through ball for Zuberti from Nicholas.
Kyla, we need you. Kyla, we need you. Where Kamaya?
Peterson gets the crossover.
No.
And it's just over. It doesn't fall in. It's the back end of the netting. And there are heartaches all around on both sides. Heart attacks.
Girls, goal side.
It was a lobbed cross from Peterson that had everyone holding their breath.
Kiara.
But in the end, it falls the wrong side of the goal. Only 1 minute of extra time, so not long to go.
Goal side. Get back, Izzy. We'll take it.
That's a throw in for the Dragons.
Izzy, slow. It's our throw. Slow.
Sarmiento will take the ball down the line again. Into injury time.
Away.
Wardana
We defend.
gives it away for a throw.
We know it's long.
She might have put that ball long into the corner, but she gives away a throw. Only seconds left. Presler will put the long throw on it. It'd be a heartbreak to lose it now. Hill gets a touch, but Vanderpool, who's been sure-handed all game, comes away with it again. And the ref calls for full time. 0-0. A well-played game from both teams, and two very well-coached teams. Eric Richardson's Manila come away with their first draw of the game. They go on to 7 points. The Jakarta Dragons come away with their third draw of the tournament. All 0-0 games. They go to 3 points. Game 1 of round 3 of IASAS Soccer 2017 ends Jakarta International School 0, International School Manila 0.
Good morning and welcome to the International School of Bangkok, where we have kickoff right now for the ISB Panthers versus the TAS Tigers. Opening moments of the game. All right, Taipei bringing up the left wing.
How do I change the event?
All right, Taipei throw in.
Oh, you gotta stop the stream.